I just figured I'd talk a little bit more about this area. Like I mentioned, we're in Oklahoma right now. Well, I'm in Oklahoma right now. This area was known to be home to the French. They had a fort out where we're headed. And then supposedly the Spanish did as well. I don't know that they had a fort, but they definitely had a presence up here. And I could tell you a story that would probably make this drive a little more interesting, but the area that I'm going to is on the Oklahoma side of the Red River, where there was a battle between the Spanish and the Jeohunter Indians, however you say that. But anyway, that battle took place on the Texas side. It wasn't Texas back then. Between the Jeohunter Indians, who had been trained basically and had a lot of assistance from the French to fight off the Spanish, who came up from San Saba, all the way from San Saba, came up here because they knew that the Indians were basically rebelling, if you will, and so they came up here to get them under control. And there was a big battle that was fought, and the Spaniards lost. And so when the settlers came into that region, that part of Texas, they reinforced areas, and they took that to be a fort. And because of the known Spanish activity in that area, they settled that area and called it a Spanish fort. So today, though, I'm not going to be exactly near there, but relatively near there, and again on the other side of the river, to find what it is I'm looking for. And guess what? It's most likely Spanish. That's what I'm working on. So anyway, we'll see when we get there. I might get up here and things may have changed. I have one site where it's been altered, not really altered, destroyed is the right word, by bulldozers because of an oil field road that came in. That's not up here, it's in a different place, but that kind of stuff happens to these old sites. So looks like I'm coming up on my exit. So hopefully that's a little more information, and I'll get back to you with something here in a bit. All right, well, I have been out here for about 2 hours looking for what that old man told me about. Unfortunately, he's passed away now, a few years back, I guess. I haven't been able to talk to him in at least 3 years. So, get this off. Rotator is bothering me this morning. Anyway, and this is kind of how it goes. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. Let me get in here. All right, I'll move this up here. So, pretty typical for how it goes treasure hunting, because signs can be altered and moved. So what I was looking for here was a knee-high boulder, probably 3 feet or something like that, and I was looking for a sign carved on there. I never located the boulder, so I can tell that land has been changed. A lot of brush has been pushed. There are huge brush piles back in the area that I was looking. I don't know. So a lot of times people will in the country, they'll push boulders out of the way for whatever reason. Maybe that's just where they want their road to go, or whatever. All right, I did not realize that my microphone had died, and you'll notice I'm zoomed in. That's so that I don't give away the location of this area. Not that you might figure it out, but a little paranoia never hurt anyone. So right here I'm looking at what might be a metate, I think they call it. It's some sort of a big, almost like a bowl carved out of the surface of the rock. And if I cleaned all that brush and the dirt out of there like I did a few years back, it's really smooth in the bottom. And then here in a second, right now, I'm showing you some writing on the surface of this stone that I actually have not been able to decipher. I didn't bring everything I needed to work on that this time, and I may give it another shot, but it is so weathered, and it has significantly weathered since the last time I saw it. Now I'm going to show you a real sign. So first up is I'm going to show you the little stopper rock here. This was carved and worked for the purpose of covering over that drill hole that you see there. And I'm going to scoop a little dirt out of there, but I thought better of it after remembering that the last time I was out there was a scorpion down in there, so you'll notice I quit doing that. Anyway, then I'm going to show you this outline where all of this was chiseled out flat, and it looks kind of like a footprint in a way. And I took some measurements off of that drill hole and made some distance calculations. The orientation of what appears to be like a boot print there was my direction. I only went in the forward direction, or basically that long front part there that would be the toes. And as you'll see in a minute, I might not have plugged in the proper units of measurement. And also I still need to work the back azimuth or the reverse direction on the compass of this sign. And I'll do that next trip out. But anyway, as you're getting ready to see, my first calculation just didn't work out. So, were my calculations incorrect? Or is it empty because it's already gone? I did not dig that myself. An old man with a shovel couldn't even do anything close to that. But when the landowner wants to dig and has the equipment, you dig, and it doesn't take long. Anyway, zilch. So I'm going to say my calculations were probably incorrect. And I believe it or not, that's the positive take on it. You know, I want to find something, so I'd like to think that there's still something to find if I can crack the code. So, not today. Well, I'm kind of laughing at my truck right now. I've just got so much crap in here that it's really just kind of a mess. You know, all that stuff would be nice and organized if I wasn't just tossing it in here. But but I did. So anyway, so real quick, my thoughts on the macro Jeohunter. I don't know if I'm going to show you or not, but the landowner down here, he's been wanting to dig since I first thought I had an area that might be a place to dig. Anyway, so today I said, look, you know, we ran the machine. It went off on a couple places, but I told him I thought it was mineralization, and it was. But he said, man, you know what? I've just got the machine up the hill. I'll just be right back. And so he came down and dug like this massive hole with his skid steer, the big skid steer. I was shocked at how fast it went. I used to drive those a bit when I had a landscaping business back in the day, and we never got any big ones like that. So that thing is a beast. But anyway, so, you know, we dug an empty hole, right? Go figure. So my thoughts on the Nocta Macro Jeohunter. I'll try to get some video using it, but it's very sensitive. It's prone to falsing. So if you turn the sensitivity up to about 80 or whatever, it's gonna go off when you hit a clump of brush. You know, falsing on the coil. Some machines do that. This one does it. It's pretty good at ignoring mineralization in general, but the changes, it'll go off. Looks like I've got dirt or something on me. Anyway, mineralization changes, it will go off, and you have to kind of work on it and work on it. It shows it as a cavity, but you can reset. There's a button, you just hit reset, and then you scan over it again, it goes away. You know that, okay, well, that's a false signal. So that's really good. It's a beast. It's so heavy. Like this muscle up here, I don't know what you call that, but it is tight. Like, you know, if you're going to be out treasure hunting all day with a macro Jeohunter, you probably ought to have a massage lined up at the end of the day. But whatever, small price to pay. I did do a little bit of testing. As far as like, can it see something at depth? I just kicked like 3 or 4 feet of dirt just right on top of my shovel that I had. It still found it. So then I came to the truck and got my other shovel and dug it out. But, you know, I think it's going to work. It's just going to be, I've got to get it in a place where it would be needed. And today was not that day. So anyway, off to the next adventure today. This is a very big day. I'm going to sleep really good tonight. So we'll get with you on the next part of this adventure.